Hi guys, welcome to my Ozploitation update. I've decided to restrict any films that I show to films that feature in this documentary. Not quite Hollywood. Any film that features in this, even in the deleted scenes on the DVD, I'll show in my update. It could run 2, even 3 parts, depends how much I crap on for. So we'll get into it right now. Alright guys, we'll start with the obvious, not quite Hollywood. This is the 2-disc set of the documentary by Mark Hartley about the Ozploitation genre of Australian films. Absolutely loaded with extras. The Ozploitation trailer collection on disc 2 is amazing on its own, just the amount of trailers that they've squeezed in there, and they're all in good condition as well. So if you're even remotely interested in the genre and you don't have this, and you really need to get it. Like I said, any film that's featured in this, even the deleted scenes on the DVD, if I have it in my collection, I'll show it in this update. So we'll start off with the Hexagon Tribute Collection. This has now been discontinued, but you can still find it around. Copies on eBay, and I have seen it in a couple of shops. This is a tribute to Tim Burstall, who was a pioneer of the Australian film industry in the early 70s. And his company called Hexagon Productions. Each disc in this set has got stacks of extras on there. There's no commentaries, but there's interviews and a lot of relevant stuff in there. It's really, really good set if you can get your hands on it. I'll take the discs out, have a quick look at them. I'll run through them fairly quickly, as quick as I can. First one, Elvin Purple. This is a 2-disc set. It also contains Elvin Rides Again. Most Australians of any vintage will know Elvin Purple. I can't really show you much else because there's nudity. Another one, Peterson from 1974, Jack Thompson, Wendy Hughes. This was also a big film in its day. I can't show you the back of it as well because there's nudity on that as well. High Rolling, Joseph Bottoms, Gregor Taylor, and it says Introducing Judy Davis. This one has a soundtrack by Sherbet. Most Australians will know. Haven't seen this one for a while, but from memory I quite enjoyed this one as well. Next one is Last of the Knucklemen. Gerard Kennedy, Mike Preston. Again, haven't seen this for a long time, but did enjoy it. Again, plenty of extras on that as well. Stork from 71, Bruce Spence, written by a young David Williamson, based on his play The Coming of Stork. Also has Jackie Weaver, and Graham Blundell's also in this one. This was great. It's still funny to watch. It's still good to watch all these films. I mean, this is before political correctness went totally apeshit, really. It's got an M rating, which surprised me. I thought it might have been a little bit higher than that. I think it was in its day. Eliza Fraser, Susanna York, John Castle, John Waters, Noel Ferrier, and Trevor Howard's also in this. Again, this is like a bit of a romp. I think it's based on a true story. I'm not really sure, but again, it's been a while since I've seen it, but from memory I quite enjoyed it. And the last one in this set was his End Play. George Malaby, John Waters. Now, I actually went and seen this in the cinemas when it was first released. I think it was around 76. I remember at the time it was a heavy television promotion of it, and Delvine Delaney, as you can see in the bottom right hand of the screen there, is the hitchhiker who gets stabbed at the start of the film, and it all goes from there. But it's based on a British novel, and they've just adapted it, changed it to an Australian story. So that's the Hexagon collection. If you can get your hands on it, like I say, it's well worth having a look at. We'll go from there. We'll go to The Adventures of Barry Mackenzie, 2-disc set, directed by Bruce Beresford, Dame Edna Everage, Barry Humphries obviously, and Barry Crocker plays Barry Mackenzie. Amazing performance. Again, this is fun to watch, and way before political correctness went crazy and I doubt whether a film like this could get made these days. It'd be canned big time. That's the 2-disc set. That's worth getting. That's still available. So is this. Barry McKenzie Holds His Own. It's the sequel. Totally off the wall, this film. It still has a lot of funny bits in it. Donald Pleasance plays a vampire, Count Dracula or something. It's been a while since I've seen this one, but yeah, like I said, story is totally off the wall compared to the first one. But still, if you can pick it up for a good price, it's worth having a look at. Next up is Stone. Had the pleasure of speaking with Sandy Harbert, who is the writer, director, star, you name it, he did it, of Stone a couple of years ago by phone, and spoke to him for about an hour and 20 minutes through something else that I'm involved in. And absolutely awesome guy. He was great to talk to. We got off subject so many times, but it was an absolute pleasure to speak with him. And he signed, well, I sent him the slicks and he signed them for me. So this is the Umbrella set, the 2-disc set. I think most of you know this one. Excellent special features on there. Good documentary. I mean, there's a whole backstory to Stone and Sandy. It's just incredible. I'd like to do a piece just on Stone one day. This is the Magna Pacific edition. I got him to sign that as well. This is, I think, a full frame transfer. I think you can still get that, but between the two, that's the one to go. There's also a early Roadshow VHS edition that I think Aussie Roadshow has in his collection. Like I said, vastly still undervalued film, I think, in the history of Australian films. Has a big following with bikers especially, but Mad Max seems to get all the attention, and I'm not quite sure Mad Max would exist without Stone. So there it is, that's Stone. Next one we'll go to is The True Story of Eskimo Nell with Max Gillies. Abigail's in this as well. Just checking for nudity, not really anything on there. Directed by Richard Franklin, who is a little bit out of his Hitchcock sort of genre here, but to be honest, I didn't really enjoy this too much. It's a sex romp. It's okay, I suppose, but it's one of the lesser films of the genre, I think. Phantasm comes again. John Lamond, in the first one, they've covered the relevant bits for me on the cover there. John Holmes is in this. Actually, they're not bad. I've had a look at both of these. They're not bad. I mean, for these sort of films. Again, there's backstories to all of these films, but can't go into them here. Pacific Banana, it's a Elvin Purple type film, sex romp. No nudity on the back, thankfully. Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it's just light-hearted stuff. It's John Lamond again. But it's worth getting. If you can pick it up cheap, it's worth adding to your collection.